What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Stuart, and we have got a lot to cover in today's daily market update. Going to be going through some Cordano information, going to be talking about who the SEC think they have jurisdiction over, some HBAR news when it comes to the Helium project, who the European Central Bank has chosen to do user interfaces for their digital euro project, and XRP. Really interesting news coming out today, guys. Now, but also, before we get started, nothing that I say is financial advice. Remember, I'm just some rando sitting at home talking to his camera. Hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying this video, clicking the like button, clicking the subscribe button, hitting that bell notification so you know when a new video goes live. And also remember, drop a comment down below, help us grow the channel, and tell me if there's anything that you want me to talk about in particular. Cool. Let's just get onto the markets as a quick update. It's pretty mixed today. We've got ApeCoin up 5.6%, Algorand, XRP, Stellar Lumen, all looking good. Like I said, we are going to be talking a bit about XRP. We're going to be probably touching on Algo, but it's more in relation to the HBAR Helium project. All in all, it's a fairly flat day. If we move on to our actual cryptocurrency market cap here, we can see that we're up by about 1%. So fairly flat overall. We're actually pushing the lower ends of the 900 billion mark, which is not where we want to be. You know, obviously I have said that we want to be over that trillion mark, holding there. I do think that markets are pricing in a fairly big interest rate hike in the US tomorrow. We will have to see what that number is, but experts are saying anywhere between 0.75 and a full percent in terms of an interest rate increase. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens. If it does go above expectations, I do think that we're going to see a bit of a bloodbath on the market. Now, remember, when stocks do and trades and your cryptocurrencies do start to drop like this, don't panic. Hold on to them, things will recover. In fact, if anything, it is a time for you, if you have any extra money, to actually go into the market and pick up some really good price stocks or cryptocurrencies. So watch out for that. Wait and see what happens when the announcement is made. And if you're in a position to pick some up, definitely go for it. Fill your bags up, and when the bull run returns in probably 18 months' time, you'll be thanking yourself for it. If we have a look at the Bitcoin chart here, can see that we actually gone under 19,000 again. We have been trading up at the 19,000 and above mark for most of today, and we've just dipped down below that, so you can see 3% down on the day, and it actually looks like it's probably going to be hovering in possibly the interest rates being priced into the market already. So, you know, just be very careful when it comes to any of this. Trade very carefully. Moving on to some of the news that we have, Cordano released their weekly update report on their chain. Now, for those of you who do watch the channel fairly often, you will know that we do expect the Cordano upgrade and hard fork to be taking place on the 22nd, which is only 2 days away. We have had the Ethereum one. Now we are looking at the Cordano one. They say, according to the report, the pre-production environment will hard fork on the 19th before the mainnet hard fork on the 22nd. The new node v1.35.3 currently mints over 95% of SPO blocks, with the leading dApp projects also on track for the upgrade. In addition, the exchange liquidity is around 55%, a little bit lower than what that wants. They're targeting the 80% mark. And then just one last little thing that I wanted to look, I know that there's a lot of bad news surrounding Cordano, that it's slow, it's to build up. There are other more exciting projects out there, but something about Cordano is they like to get things right before they release. Charles Hodkinson, who is in charge of Cordano, is a very intelligent individual and is not somebody to be underestimated. And we can see here that we've got 1,100 projects that are currently building on the network. And they're coming, and when they go, I do think that Cordano at the moment is quite undervalued, and we will probably see it reaching those all-time highs again of around, I think it was around $2.50 and possibly beyond. But anybody who is interested in the Cordano network, definitely go and do some research on it. There are some exciting projects being released, and I do think that it is probably being slept on a little bit by everybody in the crypto market. People rather going for things like your Solanas and stuff like that. Okay, moving on to who the SEC claim they have jurisdiction over, that would be Ethereum. They say that they have jurisdiction over the whole Ethereum network because the majority of the nodes on the Ethereum network fall under United States territory. This all came about as there's a court case going on against a crypto influencer called Ian Bellina, and claimed, and as part of it, Bellina was sued for allegedly offering unregistered tokens. He was caught in trouble after he failed to register his project as a security before rolling out initial coin offering an ICO. In 2018, the influencer outrightly denied these claims. However, the crypto community is currently speculating on SEC's massive statement in a lawsuit. According to the 69th paragraph, the lawsuit states that it had the right to sue Bellina because the SEC had jurisdiction over the Ethereum network. Now, this is quite scary for a network that we all consider to be decentralized. And for the United States government, for the SEC to be claiming that they have jurisdiction is a bit of a concern. It was reported in a variety of US-based investors participated in the Bellina-curated investment pool. A network of Ethereum blockchain nodes further verified a number of ETH contributions. Due to this, the SEC stated, ETH contributors were validated by a network of nodes on the Ethereum blockchain, which are clustered more densely in the United States than any other country. As a result, those transactions took place in the United States. So they're assuming because majority of the nodes are clustered in the United States, that all the transactions took place in the United States. It'll be interesting to see how this court case pans out. We do know that there is another court case taking place with a small company called Ripple. We are going to be talking about that just now, but very interesting that the SEC are trying to get involved. I do think that it is Gary Gensler rather trying to get his way when it comes to cryptocurrencies. We are aware that he's not the biggest fan, and it appears that he's not going to change his stance anytime soon. Moving on to HBAR news. We can see a tweet from HBAR to the moon that Hedera Kid and Swirl Labs team have built a full demo showing how the Helium network could utilize Hedera as its layer 1 network to achieve better hotspot management, communication, payments in a more secure, decentralized, fast, and cost-effective manner. So we are still seeing a very big push from Hedera to try and overtake or replace Solana as the #1 choice for the layer 1 on the Helium network. Now, last I checked, the voting was very close to being over. Most of the votes are yes for the Solana network, so we don't think that this is going to be very successful, but stranger things have happened. This is crypto after all, so who knows. Watch the space. I do think that if HBAR does fail in this, they're a fantastic layer 1, that there are plenty of other projects that will be built and will grow on this, so it wouldn't be a big loss for Hedera. It would probably be a big loss for HNC in the long run. Like we have spoken, Algorand is another viable option, and personally I would say that Algorand and Hedera would be a better solution than Solana, as both of them are very scalable, highly secure, and have very fast transaction speeds, where Solana is not the most scalable, and we have seen blockchain halts recently this year, and I do think that it could possibly hurt the Helium project in the long run. But again, this is something that we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Now, some very interesting news that came out last week, Friday, was that Amazon has been chosen by the European Central Bank to help develop its digital euro. Now, this is a bit of a misleading headline here, but basically, Amazon will be developing the front-end user interface when it comes to the digital euro project. There were 4 other companies that were selected to aid them in this project. We have Syaxa Bank, I hope I am saying that right, and Word Online, both of which will deal with peer-to-peer online management, online payments. Meanwhile, Nexi and EPI have been tasked to focus on point-of-sale payments that are initiated by the payer. Now, again, this is something that we're going to see more and more often. I do think that Amazon are probably the right choice for this. I don't know what their settlement tokens would be. Again, it's probably going to be one of the 5 of XLM, HBAR, XRP, Quant, or Algorand. Really exciting project, and we're seeing Europe making a big push towards digital currencies. Again, America lagging behind quite sadly on that. All right, now we do have some more news when it comes to the SEC versus Ripple case. Last week, what we did see, if I can actually find, if I have the right one here, they have tried to expedite the lawsuit last week, Friday. to try and get an answer if XRP is a security or not. Both of the legal teams have approached the judges to try and get a summary judgment to try and speed this process along. If we just read this here, the US security exchanges, the SEC and Ripple Labs want a federal judge to rule either that the cryptocurrency affiliated with XRP. On Friday, both the SEC and XRP or Ripple Labs approached the court to try and have a summary judgment made and to try and expedite this court case, which, as you know, has been going on for quite a while now. And Ripple would like this settled sooner rather than later. So what we can see is the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, and Ripple Labs each want a federal judge to rule either that the crypto company affiliated with the XRP currency violated federal security laws or otherwise dismissed the lawsuit without requiring any lengthy trial. The SEC and Ripple both filed for these motions of summary judgment in the Southern District of New York, asking Judge Torres to make a ruling based on the argument filed in accompanying documents. Documents were posted to the federal court database on Friday. We do know that Ripple would like this done sooner rather than later because they have bigger fish to fry than fighting with the SEC in what most people believe is a case that the SEC are going to lose. We have already had the judge call the SEC hypocrites for some of their arguments. So I don't think that we're going to see any summary judgment taking place anytime soon. I think this lawsuit is probably going to drag out all the way into next year. Hopefully we do see some results coming out, as you know, the XRP army would like to see eventually their coin going back to those all-time highs, which have been prices have been pretty depressed recently. If we go and have a look here, this is RIZ, his personal opinion, believes Judge Torres will side with Judge Netburn and Ripple. The Judge Netburn's ruling on the SEC to turn over the Hinman speech documents. Netburn called the SEC's argument hypocrites to the law. XRP is an asset under the 1933 Blue Sky Law, and obviously utility matters. We have been speaking about that a lot. During Ripple's legal counsel Matthew Solomon's presentation, Judge Netburn asked if having utility distinguished XRP from the other two crypto assets. It might not be relevant to the issue, but it is important to understand. My understanding of XRP is that not only does it have a currency value, but it also has utility. And utility distinguishes it, I think, from Bitcoin and Ether. Is that not correct? So there we go. We can see that Bitcoin and Ethereum might not have the biggest utility, but something like XRP, as we're going in to utility talks, probably has more utility than those two coins. And then finally, we have something here that this did come out in November last year, but something that the World Bank, which obviously we know is a financial institution that provides loans and grants to governments of low and middle income countries for the purpose of capital projects, and what they said in their documents, and they touched on XRP and XLM. So we're just going to have a look at these highlighted areas here, and we'll talk about stablecoins. Stablecoin refers to a class of digital currencies that are relatively stable in terms of their price. Stablecoins offer instantaneous processing and security of payments, as many cryptocurrencies do. They also offer the stability with respect to their parity against fiat currency. Two digital currencies that fall into this category are Ripple's native digital currency XRP and Stellar Networks cryptocurrency, the Stellar Lumen. Both Ripple and Stellar enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments relative to corresponding banking. Now, we do know that XRP and XLM aren't necessarily stable coins or stable currencies, but depending on how you see it, the World Bank sees it that way, that they're going to be able to offer fast cross-borderless payment. Again, we've spoken about things like Algorand, Quant that were not mentioned in this. HBAR is another one, which could all fall under the same category. It just so happens that XRP and Lumen, Stellar Lumen, seem to be the one that were chosen. Any accepted type of currency or asset that can be used to transact on the Ripple network, cross-border payments using Ripple transacting XRP as a digital currency works as a liquidity source whenever it is necessary, besides acting as a bridge between two currencies. Very, very interesting indeed. Now, that is all I do have time for you today. Once again, thanks very much for watching. Drop a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.